Hey everyone, happy Friday and welcome to our weekly webcast, post-launch weekly webcast wrap-up. I'm here today with my good friend Kyle Dunlap. How are you, Kyle?
Fantastic, Jeff. How are you today?
Good. We have a weird theme happening. You're the second Kyle on in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. Kyle number 2. I don't like coming in second.
Well, maybe the first guy got it
last.
wrong.
Not to quote a prolific NASCAR racer, but...
Right? Do you actually piss excellence?
Sometimes, occasionally.
Awesome.
Usually Sunday mornings, yeah.
That's good. Usually Sunday mornings I'm pissing.
Drinking.
Yeah, vodka or scotch or something. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. We are fastly careening through March. And ironically enough, started doing some holiday marketing planning today. We were actually brainstorming on doing a reputation management piece for Santa Claus. For people who don't get what they want from Santa Claus, start leaving some bad Yelp reviews and creating some stuff on how we can actually help good old Saint Nick on the line with his overall reputation.
That's pretty fun.
I know.
What about people on the naughty list?
I know, right? They always
they deserve
the people on the nice
what they
list.
ask for. I mean,
well, we need to teach people on the nice list how to encourage people to get good reviews, because people tend to turn to the internet for negative reviews if they're not given a voice on the nice list. Like, let me plead my case to be on the nice list, and then I don't have to. You don't necessarily have to put me on the naughty list.
Yep.
Awesome. So Kyle with me today is account manager over at Tweetwall Incorporated. Tweetwall that's a beautiful picture, man. Where did you get that done? That
was actually taken during my engagement photo shoot with my beautiful fiancée, Patrina.
Nice.
I was taken in Death Valley.
Fantastic.
So it's a couple hours west of here.
Have you been up to Death Valley with the super bloom happening this year?
No, I really wanted to. I've gotten a lot of rain this year, and I've seen photos. A lot of my friends have been, and it's beautiful. I mean, one of the first times in decades, I believe. 2005,
I think, was the last time it happened. We, my wife and I went up there last weekend, and it was really pretty interesting. The kids had a good time. Went up there and played and checked it all out, and it was neat. Smells great. I don't know if you like the smell of flowers. Most people do.
I do. I get horrible allergies. I live by Flonase and Claritin, so I might have died out there.
It was extremely. It was very windy the day I went up there, so I didn't feel too much. My wife and kids are both dealing with allergy stuff right now, so it was just a nice, really fun, kind of relaxing experience. We went on a Sunday. Unfortunately, I was battling like the craziest hangover ever, so it was nice to just sit in the car for 2 hours and do nothing.
Did you have to drive?
I didn't.
Okay.
She drove there, I drove back.
That's good.
So I want to take a second here and show you guys Tweetwall's website. This is Kyle's firm, the company he works for. This thing is really, really pretty awesome, and we're going to get into some more practical applications of Tweetwall as we get further down into the broadcast. But one of the things I really like about this is you get to present your interactive social media posts, during an event. It doesn't even have to be an actual event. It could be during bar mitzvah or quinceañera, right?
A wedding.
Right. You can incorporate this on an existing site. You can build this into a nice big video wall. It really, really is a cool place for people to see this. And I don't know, I'm sure there's some sort of effect that is documented, but every single time I see the opportunity to tweet something out live, I do it. I do it. I'm I'm a 37-year-old male, so I don't watch a ton of award shows. But when the Oscar red carpet stuff was happening, I'm like, oh, holy cow, I can tweet. And sure,
look what Halle Berry's wearing. What? Is that about to fall off?
LOL.
Yeah. Hashtag Oscar's inappropriate dress.
Exactly. One of my favorite things, because I'm too old to go out on New Year's Eve now. Hashtag sad face.
Never.
During the New Year's Eve shows on the local news, I always tweet something out. And last year I kept tweeting, I got punched in the face. I got punched in the face as I was sitting in my friend's living room in Summerlin. And it kept rolling across the bottom. I thought it was really pretty clever. I'm like, there I am.
It is safer to drink at home.
Right.
Likelihood of getting punched in the face.
Right.
Decreases.
Well,
drastically.
Unless your spouse is there, right? And she's like,
exactly.
I think you've had enough. And you're like, whoa.
But thanks for that testimonial about Tweetwall. I mean, that is truly the primary focus of it is, to display your hashtag, your event hashtag, your brand hashtag, brand activation hashtag.
Right.
And that CTA is very simple.
Right.
The call to action, join the conversation by tweeting this hashtag.
Yep.
You're going to be obviously on social media.
Right.
We're going to pull content from multiple platforms, aggregate it all, display it up there on Tweetwall for you, and it's a cool way to interact with your audience. Yeah.
And in this town, Tweetwall is such a fantastic tool because there's so many things happening, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's so many events at any given time. If I had to rattle off the top of my head, and I'm sure you don't need more opportunities or leads coming off, but every single one of these 5Ks that's happening every single weekend. The outdoor concerts they do at Fremont Street almost every single day.
Yes.
Heck, I would even use it for this webcast. Let people tweet in and do stuff and track while we're doing this. And we're in the process of negotiating a contract right now, so we can actually do that stuff, which is fantastic.
Certainly.
And I've experienced Tweetwall. I think it's really, really powerful. And again, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, but we're absolutely going to start using Tweetwall on our events that are there, stuff that's happening. We've got a bunch of clients who go to trade shows, who go to events, who go to mixers, who host galas, who host parties. And I think that Tweetwall is going to be a fantastic tool for a lot of these people.
Certainly.
One of the things that I also, and you know what, I'm going to pause right there.
Sure.
Because we're gonna dive into this.
Cool.
I'm almost too excited about Tweetwall. It's Friday afternoon, right?
Making me excited. I know.
I know, right, Dan?
It's Friday. It's been a long week, but
let's
thank you.
let's hop over and talk about a little bit of news that happened in the week. I had a friend contact me today and say, "Why do you even do these webcasts?" And I said, "Because it's fun and it's entertaining, and I hope people find it entertaining."
Heck yeah.
And she says, "Okay, that makes sense." So we go through and we look at different things that happen in the web during the week. And there are some fun things that happened this week that I'll kind of start jumping through here. Starting all the way back with our good friend, founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, who's also the founder of Square. Did you know that? The credit card swiping thing? Yeah. And Twitter posted its first ever glowing earnings report, they're calling it, with 5% market increase. As somebody who lives and breathes in the social media space, that's kind of good for you. But poor guy, he looks just sad, right?
He looks very depressed.
Bummed out, stressed out.
Picked apart by investors. Ugh.
Not like your gorgeous headshot.
Clearly not his engagement photo.
I know, right?
I hope his fiancée or wife approved of that.
It looks like he's having to pony up a bunch of money to get some new executives to kind of help share the bill with him. So guy's doing good. Guy's got a lot of things going on, but mo money, mo problems, right?
Exactly.
As the song says from back in the day. I'm not sure if were you a P. Diddy listener?
Oh yeah.
Were you a P. Diddy fan?
Yeah, I love P. Diddy.
Nice.
Grew up in that era, so.
That's good. That's good. This one caught our eye this week. Teenagers appear to be having less sex, The Guardian reported, because of social media.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so this...
It's an interesting effect of that. Wouldn't have anticipated that.
Well, there's a lot of things that they say that teens are doing less and less of because of their connectivity to the internet. So I read a report not too long ago about DMVs in different states really suffering. They're losing funding because people don't want to drive. When we were kids, back in the good old days, when we were kids, if you wanted to visit your friends, if you wanted to see them, if you wanted to hang out, you got a driver's license and you went and you drove and visited them. You didn't connect with them on Snapchat, and you didn't connect with them on Facebook, and we could...
Maybe you texted, but it was like 10 cents a text back then. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Like, I can only text my buddy once today and my girlfriend twice.
We would.
That's my budget.
I might be a little older than you. We had to page our friends from a payphone.
Okay.
So it cost a quarter to send the page, and then they had to find a phone to call them back.
I did have a pager. But,
and the pager would charge you 10 cents a beat.
Yeah.
10 cents a page. Or every single time it came through, and then the visual ones came, or the ones where you could actually see a message coming through, where someone on a payphone was there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So we had actually volunteered. Funny story on pagers. I volunteered for the Explorer post back in, maybe I shouldn't say my hometown because I was using it for a reason I shouldn't have been. But somewhere in Massachusetts,
Okay.
great town. And the Explorer Post was gave an opportunity to high school kids that wanted to volunteer for the fire department. So
Okay.
we provided support to firemen and stuff. They gave us pagers. So those of us that had cars, they're like, okay, if you can respond to an emergency,
Right.
get there to support the firemen, give them, fresh oxygen tanks, give them some McDonald's to take a break and everything.
Right.
Be there. So they gave us pagers. We found a way to hack them and message. Those are the SMS capable pagers
Right.
at the time. So we could send each other messages.
That's pretty
We
clever.
had like 50 of us on the Explorer Post. So.
Right. Nice. That's awesome.
That was fun.
So, hey, party at Davis Creek this weekend.
Oh yeah, then we're partying and then there's a 10-alarm fire down on Bigelow Street. We're like, oh no.
Where do we
Can't drive
go?
there now.
What do we do? That's pretty clever. That's a good way. I like that. I like that idea.
One of our first hacking experiences.
In the good old days, right?
Yes.
So this article from The Guardian is equating teenage pregnancies to social media. The
Yes.
fact that we're not getting out and having sex, but it also touches on the fact that teenage drinking has decreased. Teenage
good.
driving has decreased, so teenage DUIs have dropped as the rise of social media. Right now, they've got 75% of teens on some form of social media. But this is, do you have kids yet, Kyle?
My fiance has an 11-year-old son.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So this is probably really relevant, and I had to learn these the other day. Translations for some of these little acronyms that the kids are using. GNOC. If you see that, folks, if you see a GNOC, it means get naked on camera. Age,
Wow.
sex, location, ASL. For us, ASL means Lou Gehrig's disease, and it's
I know
horrible.
it does.
IWSN, I want sex now, and LMIRL, let's meet in real life.
Wow.
So it sounds scary, right? It's a whole nother language, but we have a
It
whole
is.
nother language than our parents had, and
LOL,
it's-
OMG.
right, BRB.
I talk in social
AFK.
media, acronyms sometimes.
Yeah, and I still talk in social gaming stuff because I was a big World of Warcraft guy for many,
Oh, yeah.
many years, where I would log
Nice.
in and had to learn. I still send it OTW on the way when I'm texting my wife.
Nice.
Like, where are you? It's time for dinner. OTW.
TW. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I say WoW, I'm secretly referring to World of Warcraft, not just
Exactly.
WoW. World of Warcraft, you get it.
So World of Warcraft, and then I saw something funny. I had a friend, and his son and his buddies were huge into Clash of Clans.
Cool.
And Clash of Clans is the same type of thing. If you haven't played that on your phone, it's fun for about a year, and then it gets too tough to continue. They also have secret messaging in there. Don't tell parents. It's because you can talk with each other in your clans.
Okay.
So they have ways
That's
to
right.
communicate with each other without sending SMS or other social media platforms. But Clash of Clans became COC, which sort of sounds like cock. And him and his buddies were writing each other's middle school yearbook. COC for life, bro. And my friend, he's the dad of this teenage son. He's like, you can't
Oh,
put
God.
that in your yearbook. You're gonna look back on this. He's like, why, Dad? Why? Because he was all about Clash of Clans. He wasn't writing cock for life in his buddy's yearbook.
Let's look at the long-term repercussions of writing cock for life. That's,
Right.
Some contexts, it's okay, but
Right.
most of the time, no.
Right.
You'll be judged for that. I'll leave it at that.
So that article, that reference article that we're talking about with the acronyms, there was another article that came out. So my kids right now are 5 and 6.
Okay.
And they don't, they know their way around the iPhone. They know their way around a cell phone. They know their way around stuff. And I had...
That in and of itself is frightening to me.
It
My
is.
first cell phone was when I was 16.
Right.
I had like a wood fascia plate, it was like old school. Like my parents' station wagon that we had. But
Right.
it was,
Right.
kids can navigate iPhones now and actually have them and have plans.
It's
And
crazy,
my
right?
fiance's son has an iPhone, of course, so.
Right. No, and it's really impressive. And I see these kids, and I've got nieces that are teenagers, and they sit there and just Snapchat and Snapchat and
Yeah.
Snapchat all day long, going back and forth and back and forth. And it's an interesting paradigm. And I had the opportunity to submit part of a conversation to an article for the Huffington Post not too long ago, where we talked about millennials and them in their work environments and what they're used to. Now I'm right on the cusp. Half the year I'm technically a millennial, and half the year I'm not. So I get to live in both worlds.
Well, today this year was a leap year, so what did that make?
Oh jeez. I guess then I get one.
Gen
half.
Y,
Yeah.
Z, and X, right? All in
Exactly.
one.
Exactly. Sounds like some sort of STD.
Yeah.
I've got the Gen Y, Z, and X. Better get tested, baby.
Coming out on webcam right now. Watch out.
Right.
Let's turn into a chat roulette
right.
session, okay?
Exactly. But they go through, and the engagement stats are through the roof on these social media platforms. So Kick Messenger, and I'm kind of a fan of Kick Messenger, not because I use it, but because I think it was one of the last what they call overnight app successes. And whenever we get the opportunity to market a mobile app, and you can probably attest to this because you've been exposed to the space.
Absolutely.
Whenever we have the time to market a mobile app, people say, what do I need to do to 1 million downloads? What do I need to do to get success, real success online? Now, for people that don't know the background behind Kick Messenger, back when we all had BlackBerries, the guy who invented BlackBerry Messenger, which was like the coolest thing ever when it first came out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you could message without burning up your 10-cent texts, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody had unlimited plans. But it was cool. We could message between BlackBerries, and so many people had BlackBerries.
Great encryption.
Yes.
Also for enterprise and stuff like that. So
and it was really, really awesome. Well, that guy left BlackBerry, got fired, I'm not sure what, and he created Kick Messenger, which was the first multi-platform SMS. Not SMS, multi-platform instant messenger.
Okay.
Nowadays, most adults just use text because we don't, we all have unlimited plans, and we realize we don't have to pay for it. But Kick was considered an overnight success. When it launched, it had 1 million downloads in the first week.
Wow.
Kick Messenger. And people, I use this as a case study, as a reference. People say, well, how come Kick Messenger got so many downloads in the very first month? They marketed the launch of Kick Messenger for 9 months before it actually became an overnight success.
Interesting.
I went back and reviewed all the news articles, all the teasers. They had approximately 6 mentions online every single day for 9 months.
Really?
Before this mention.
Wow.
And I use it as a good case study. If you want to have success online, you have to talk about yourself.
Got to amp yourself up. Build great content.
Yep.
Get some press releases out there.
Exactly.
Prior to a launch.
Press releases, blogs, talk about features, tease stuff out. And it doesn't even really matter the business. It's just a matter of getting it out there.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it. So Kick Messenger. Let's scoot over. We got some stats on this.
So when did it launch?
5 years ago,
yeah.
Maybe?
Okay.
It's been out there for a while. Well, no, I still had did I have a BlackBerry when I was, because I think I downloaded Kick so I could message my iPhone friends. It was pre-Android launch. Gosh, I don't know.
Really? Okay.
Maybe it was a decade ago.
Maybe 6 or 7 years, yeah.
Oh, now you want me, now you're going to make me look that up, aren't you?
Sorry, I love to quiz people. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
It was, they've got a Wikipedia page. That makes it so much easier. Kick Messenger, do you see it in there? See, this is the problem.
Well, after BlackBerry Messenger, yes.
Features, history. Founded in 2009.
Okay.
Released in October 2010.
Yeah.
So 6 years ago.
Awesome.
In case you guys are looking at Wikipedia.
Good guesstimate.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to gauge when I started paying attention to this kind of stuff. So Kick Messenger, overnight success, but statistically, when you look at this stuff, it's really pretty impressive. 275 million users. You never hear of it as a platform for marketing, but there's 275 million users. Half of them are using it daily. That is crazy high engagement.
That's massive engagement.
When you think about it, Facebook being the largest social media platform, you're lucky to get 10% engagement if you have a connected fan base. Average number of new users added daily, 250,000 new people a day are being added to Kick. 89 million messages sent. Percentage of teens that use it, 40%. 230 countries. 35 minutes a day spent on Kick.
Wow.
I don't know about you. I barely even sleep 35 minutes a day.
No, I know. I'll get 6 5-minute naps in and 7 5-minute naps in.
I know, right?
35 minutes.
Exactly. So we've got, I don't know what it is, probably a combination of caffeine and Adderall and too much screen time.
Yeah.
All adds
the
up.
above.
Yes.
And yerba mate. No shameless promotion for my minor addiction to yerba mate.
Nice. Do you know them? Should we hit them for sponsorship?
I would love to. I drink at least 1, maybe 2 of these a day. I spend way too much money. Buy them at Sprouts locally here in Vegas. Whole Foods also sells them.
So let's do a contest. If somebody can get us a contact at Yerba Mate, we'll give them $100. Email it.
I'll give you more than that. Because I go through $100 of my own money in yerba mate a week. So
perfect. So Kyle will give you
investment for me
an
alone.
Additional $100.
Yes.
I'll give you $100. He'll give you $100. And if he can lock him if he can lock him as a client, he will come to your house and give you back rubs on every third Thursday for 2 months.
It's a good trade-off.
Sounds fair. This one is fun. This gentleman in India tried to sell his wife on Facebook for 1 lakh, which I had to research.
I hope it's more than 1 rupee. I know one.
It's 100,000 rupees.
100,000.
So I had to go
through.
It's like
$3, right?
It's about $2,200.
Okay.
Right. So
that's okay.
We chuckle at this, but is this, should we frown on this? Is this human trafficking? He didn't do it as a joke. He really wanted to clear up some debt.
I mean, it depends on the level of consent here. Which parties? Most likely she wasn't consenting, I'd imagine.
She was not. But, she followed, she sued him or something. Interested. If anybody's interested, you can contact me at my mobile number.
And they probably
she filed
chopped her hand off for suing him, right?
I know, right?
Gosh.
She did file a police complaint. Objectionable content to defame her and her family members. So yeah, he had debt. He needed to cover it. Seems like a weird way to do it, but I don't know. It's.
Did they settle? I'm trying to read. I hope that he served jail time. I do want to give a mention that.
Right.
Another shameless promotion. This is Women's History Month.
Okay.
I'm actually doing a couple of supporting events here locally in town for a couple of awesome nonprofits. So I hope #Women's History Month that this woman stood up against her
husband,
arranged husband, human trafficker,
right,
and sent him to prison. Because I know they're making a huge movement with that regard in India at the moment. So
yes,
yeah.
So let's do this as well. Any of the nonprofits that you're associated with, we'll push them out through our social channels. So post-launch, we've got a pretty decent reach. We've got a fair amount of nonprofits that we do work for, and a fair amount of healthcare organizations that would probably love to jump on board. So
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's also my background. I'm currently a Big Brother mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southern Nevada here in town.
Nice.
And I'll do another. You can charge me a dime for every shameless plug-in I throw out there. They're in need of male mentors specifically right now.
Okay.
They've got over 500 boys on their wait list just waiting for a mentor.
Wow.
1 hour a week is all it takes. Sign up, guys. Let's do it.
That might be good. In my head, this is going to sound terrible. I'm like, interns. I can mentor a ton of
absolutely
teenagers because they know this social media stuff really.
Hey, STEM education is the biggest focus in the state of Nevada right now.
Yeah,
set forth by the governor. So fantastic environment post-launch office to.
I think it would be really fun. That would be a good idea. We should absolutely talk about that.
Oh yeah.
And details on the mentorship program, we'll link that up in the comments on this, and we'll send it over. So. Kyle, this is great. Lots of good information. I'm a big fan of bridging the gap between digital and not digital. And occasionally, I like to unplug and always want to give back to the community. And if there's an education piece to it, I think that's fantastic.
Certainly.
We even have a client that has a limousine company, VIP party limos, and they don't run their limos during the day. I bet we could work out a way to transport a group of individuals, up here a couple hours a week, and we can sort of immerse them. Wouldn't that be fun?
Certainly very much deserving, but very much underprivileged children riding in a limo.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That would be a fun experience.
I just get to go on the school bus and walk to school, and that's it.
Right.
For them to have an experience to ride in a limo.
Right, exactly.
They pop their heads out. Not on Charleston or 215, but maybe in the parking lot, somewhere safe.
These ones would be the big 30-passenger buses with all the lights and stuff, and they can play music and
some techno music on.
Yeah, techno music. I like it. I think it's called EDM now, right? Electronic dance music.
Yes. Well, EDM is the more commercialized, generalized term. Don't even get into that because I'm very much a supporter of the underground techno scene, so it's okay.
I love it.
We'll get into that at a later date.
Well, we talk about the evolution. We have tech. I always called it techno growing up, and then house sort of pushed in, and then there was trance that was a little bit less
came in from
thumpy.
Europe. Yeah. A little more melodic.
And I think I was too old for the rave scene, but I had a friend that I worked with, and she was about 10 years older than me, and she was big into the rave scene in like central northern England for a long time, and she would always talk about the early 90s rave music and the 80s stuff, and we're totally off topic.
It's okay. Mentoring, limos, techno.
yeah, we're making our way around.
It's clearly Friday because we're thinking about the weekend, right?
I know, right? Are you going to get a limo and mentor some? We should mentor limo drivers.
Yeah, we should.
With some tech music. All right, we're going to jump onto our viral video of the week. This one came out trending. I saw this actually. I still watch television news in the mornings and in the evenings.
Really?
Sometimes.
You're not a cable cutter?
The problem it becomes a passive response for me.
Okay.
I just have it on in the background and I get to pick stuff up sometimes.
There you go.
Unfortunately, it's on mute a lot of the time, so I'm trying to read. But I feel the television news has done a good job of putting words up there now, so I can just get enough of it.
It does.
And it kind of plays to the fact that nobody reads anything anyway.
No.
So one-liners, headliners to get you sort of engaged. So our viral video of the week, I don't know if you saw this one. This was a television news reporter who avoided getting hit by a car. I'm not sure where exactly he was. It looks like Northern California to me.
Yeah, it does. Look at the street signs. I usually look at the license plates.
Yeah.
It's not Russia.
No.
Oh, you see any dash cams floating around?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. But
there's an old 1980s Beamer. It might be Russia.
That's
or Germany.
Could
or
be.
East Germany.
He does speak in English, so we'll do this.
Okay.
So he this published on March 8th, and we look at this down here, March 8th, 700,000 views in 2 days. So yes, this video's gone viral, and yes, that's an impactful piece. But let's go ahead and watch it and have a laugh or an oh-ho moment.
Whoa! Holy cow!
Is that it? Will they replay it? He's okay, folks.
Well, it looks like the reporter certainly dodged the impact, but did the
California
cameraman survive?
Yes, they said both the reporter and the cameraman were okay.
As it looks like the camera got hit. Jeez.
Wow. Could you imagine?
Fast thinking. That was a split second.
I know, right?
A split second away from getting crushed.
Whew.
See if you can pause it and see the reaction of the Corolla's driver. So you can see her. Oh, I don't know where she's looking. Is she sleeping?
I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
Pretty wild, right?
That's frightening.
We look at this and we ask, and people always ask me, I get asked a lot, what does it take to make a video go viral? And it has to appeal on an emotional level, is what it comes down to. And this appeals on an emotional level because car wrecks are scary. You get a little adrenaline squirt when you watch this.
Yeah. You
feel, you're glad for the guy, but for whatever reason, we have this Gawker syndrome that we all have to look at a car wreck every single time it happens.
Oh, of course.
So, this one went viral, not particularly funny, and I saw the story. It does say in here that the cameraman was okay and the reporter's okay. Everyone did great.
That's good. One indication that no one was seriously hurt was that it was not posted on LiveLeak. I'll say that.
Right.
It's on LiveLeak. Somebody may have died.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and we always seem to get a kick out of deaths when it comes to stuff in the news, right?
It's like, jeez.
That's
one reason why I don't watch news. Somewhat depressing.
So speaking of, it's totally depressing. But I don't know if you've ever seen this website, Black Friday Death Count.
Wow.
Speaking of deaths and weird stuff, so Black Friday, right before the day after Thanksgiving,
yes,
when everybody rushes into their local Walmart to get a TV for
nursing a hangover
20%.
And refusing to step outside.
Yes, yes.
Not camping out outside of Best Buy.
This website actually has, it keeps track of everyone who's been killed or injured in Black Friday.
That's pretty cool.
Rushes. Right?
That's a cool concept.
Kind of weird, the stuff that we track. So, we look at stuff like that and we wonder, why does it go viral? It's specific because it's got a little bit of an emotional connection. Last week we looked at, I don't know if you saw the bad lip reading of Ted Cruz.
No, I didn't.
It was hilarious. Have you ever seen these bad lip reading videos?
A few.
You should check them out. They did a new one that got released a week ago, and it had 4 million views in 2 days.
Really?
Wow. It's really, really pretty funny. I'll make sure you send it. And if you guys want to see it, it was on last week's episode, so tune in and watch it. So, in that space, in the viral video space, it's not difficult to make something go viral, but it is an opportunity to really gain some visibility. But remember, your videos have to have an emotional connection. Your website sucks section as we go, and this sounds bad.
My website sucks?
No, your website has a lot of good stuff going on for it.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'm the worst critic of websites of all time. I think I never see any that I like. I don't even like my own. So I'm constantly changing stuff. But
yours is cool. Very
Mine
cool.
is?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, man. That's super nice.
Flows well. It reads well.
What do you want?
Digestible content. It's cool.
So we're gonna
I'll take
jump
the
into this
$100
one.
bill. Okay.
I know, right? the one that, dang, I'm losing hundreds left and right for this contest.
Or the 200,000 rupees. See some relevant, meta exchange rates, right?
Right.
So meta.
So this is a timely business right now. Air conditioning repair in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, if you are a complete idiot, you don't know this, it gets ridiculously hot in the summer. Triple digits for 3 months of the year, maybe 3 months of the year, certainly 2 months of the year.
We are under 2 hours from Death Valley, the hottest place in the world.
That's true. That's true.
We're hot.
What was the hottest recorded temperature in Death Valley? Do you recall?
Gosh, I think it was 130. Oh no, 131.
I think you're close. I think it's like 136.
136.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you imagine?
Wow.
Here's
I've endured 120, 121 in Vegas.
Yep.
15 degrees more. I
Can
cannot.
you believe it? I got married in...
Eggs would boil. They would boil in the shell. You wouldn't even have to crack it to fry it on the sidewalk. Jeez.
I got married in 2000 in an outdoor reception in Lake Havasu, Arizona, which is in July 15th of 2000. And I was in a black tuxedo. It was sunset, so the temperature dropped a little bit to like 117 degrees.
Oh yeah.
And man, that poor inside of that tuxedo was just drenched.
But we didn't rent it. You probably couldn't return it after that. Too many sweat stains and mark.
I did rent it, and they let me return it. But the one of my groomsmen had caught his tie on fire, so I had to pay for
spontaneously combust, or
no, he was drinking and got too close to a candle, like you do. So this is something I looked at today for part of the What Your Website Sucks portion. Air conditioning in Las Vegas, air conditioning services, and these 3 companies are all paying under the term Las Vegas HVAC. Now we have our fancy whiz-bang tools that let us check out.
What does HVAC stand for those acronym challenged viewers?
Heating,
like myself.
Vacuum, and air conditioning.
Perfect. Cool.
So yeah, if you're looking for someone to fix your air conditioning, usually HVAC is what you do. The click for this top spot here is about $34. Yeah. $32.45 to be at the top of the game.
It's up there with attorney.
It really is. And
CDC
hotel room
keywords.
Las Vegas. Right. These people are paying a lot of money to get through. So I went through and I kind of checked them out. This is the one that was very much on top. Ideal Services air conditioning. Let me refresh this because clearly the site is not loving me right now. This, in our industry, is what we call a splash page. This is a page that is designed to get you in and get you converted as easy as possible. This one is done pretty well. We know who you are, what you do, how to do business with us. The why is kind of missing. I always look for 4 things: who you are, what you do, why we should do business with you, and how to do business with you. The why is something they could easily put in there. I mean, they do say servicing all of Las Vegas, but the reality is that doesn't really mean a lot. Most people are going to service all of Las Vegas. It's not Los Angeles. You're going to service the whole valley. But do these people have 25 years of service? Do they have accreditation? Are they won certain awards? Are they great? Do they have customer
Guaranteed
reviews?
response time within 60 minutes or less.
The big why is what's missing. So generally, I like this landing page because it's clear, it's concise. You're not navigating around. You're there to do a single thing, and that's make an appointment or call for service. Conversely, I went ahead and clicked down on another one. I burned a lot of people's budgets today, unfortunately. And I landed on this one. Sahara Air Conditioning and Heating. Now, technically, they're doing a lot more better than the previous site. They say who we are, what we do, air conditioning and heating, why you should do business with us. I've got a 100% money back guarantee. And how to do business with us is a nice big call us, plus they've got a contact form on the site.
Very easy.
The problem is that this garbage is distracting from your message.
It is.
50% of your readers are going to bail after 100 words, which is, 2 sentences?
I saw it in the simple fact that there was so much text.
Right.
It overwhelmed me instantly, and I turned away.
Yes.
So.
Because we're also trained to consume things in 140 characters or less, right? Or video.
Thank you, Twitter.
Or
Jack Dorsey.
Right. So going through and actually reading this stuff, you're like, wow, do I really need to read this? And then the site, it just sort of, it falls flat. Yes, there's a picture of an air conditioning. Yes, there's a picture of a genie, which is clever. Your eyes are drawn to what's in context.
I like the logo.
Call us.
Good logo design.
I kind of like the logo, too. There was a report out the other day that 75% of Americans are in favor of bombing Agrabah which is Aladdin's home, because it was, it's close enough to the not Syria, where where all the refugees were coming from with the rebels fighting and all the stuff.
Syria, Assad.
Right. So Agrabah,
ISIS.
the actual town of Agrabah, was included in that whole region, the quagmire of the Middle East, where
Disney put a stop to it. They're like, wait, guys,
don't forget.
This is where Aladdin lives.
Jasmine and Nala.
Jasmine, yes.
Right.
What was that? Was it Razu,
Razu was
the bird?
The bird, yep.
Was
I'm trying to remember, because in Lion King, Rafiki was the bird.
Rafiki, yes, yeah.
So
was the
Razu was
token
the monkey.
Comic relief. The monkey, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, the monkey who was voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes. I love his voice.
So we look at this. I mean, Sahara air conditioning and heating is probably converting a whole lot less than Ideal is, strictly because they're presenting the information in a way that's not consumer friendly. A little bit of layout change. Keep your text, but push it down below the fold.
Yes.
For SEO reasons, it's probably good to have all this text here, but the reality is, keep it simple. And we look at this when we're creating landing pages for advertising spends online. Keep it as simple as possible, because you brought them there for a specific reason, so no need to confuse them with other stuff.
Right. This cool pinup girl could easily be sweating.
Right.
I mean, it's great to have, she has a beautiful smile.
Right.
But have her sweating like, oh, my AC is out.
Yeah.
Remember those old commercials? I don't know. I think they I don't have cable, but they may still show them in Vegas, where the wife is sitting at the kitchen table sweating, and her husband comes in the room, and she's like, honey, I thought you were going to call the AC repairman. He's like, I'll call later. And she's like, you'll call now. And he's like, I'll call now. That's what I think of. That is like a good call to action. Like, you are going to be in the doghouse, mister, if you don't call.
So if we analyze this, let's analyze this a little bit. What's her other hand doing? I mean, she's clearly playing with herself while she's on the phone, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, is it holding it up? I don't even know.
It is holding it up. Oh, I thought it was going. Bummer.
Okay.
Never mind.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Jeff.
I know, right? I know.
It's Friday, I know.
I know,
Not
right?
quite yet time for strip clubs. They're open 24/7 in this city.
Always.
One of the benefits of living in Las Vegas.
Right. That and the heat. So get your air conditioning fixed.
Yes.
And feel free to click on those guys' ads, because we did, to make a point. Sorry for costing you guys each $30.
$32. That's a lot.
Okay, so now coming back to our topic, which is really relevant to your business, to Tweetwall, to the things you've going on, social media engagement beyond the browser. And what we mean by this, you browse through your smartphone, you browse through your desktop, you browse through your laptop, your tablet. You have to go to a social media channel to engage.
Correct.
So when we consider audience engagement, when we consider, I want to bring people to my website to sell them search marketing services. You want to bring people to your website to sell them
social
your
walls.
software. Yes. Social walls, software pieces, tools that they can use to better engage. If they have to leave to go to a social media platform, which is really the common place right now, to learn more about your company, to see, are these guys great? Are they going to be fun? Are they smart? Are they engaging? Are they American? Are they legit? Whatever else you are searching for on social media, you have to leave the site.
Yes.
So one of the things that I really like about the Tweetwall solution is I can pull the relevant content to me and my business right into my website. Right?
Exactly.
You guys have a cool tool. What's it called again?
So if you're referring to our option to embed.
Yes.
Yes. So it's one of our many awesome features that Tweetwall offers. This is great for off-site engagement, perhaps. So you can even embed in a landing page, or a splash page, like we were just referring to with the HVAC companies. So a great way to, if perhaps you're holding an event,
right,
and that certain people can attend in person. It may be out of reach for certain individuals,
right,
even members of your team.
Right.
If you like everyone to be engaged,
yep,
you can mirror that Tweetwall and replicate it in real time, truly anywhere in the world. So you can have an event taking place like CES in Vegas.
Yep.
Your company can be based in Singapore, and you can embed a Tweetwall, have everyone back at the home office, your constituents, your fan base back in Southeast Asia engaged on an external landing page, specific to your brand, your event, brand activation, something like that.
Yep. Yeah. And you can actually, what I kind of like about it is give the ability for, I like sort of the second, I like all of it, but it's one of the secondary cool features is it lets, if I'm running something like this for my company, specifically tracking things like web marketing and SEO and website marketing, all this kind of stuff, and I'm presenting it on my wall, it really, really gives a nice opportunity for my team and my clients to get engaged in the conversation.
It does.
So they bring, their collective engagement up and their collective education up, so that they're more aware of what's going on. And I think this is just a fantastic tool. Plus, I don't have to tell them to go to Facebook to get more information.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, learn about us. Yeah. I do want to pull people from those platforms to be part of my website. But once they're there, why don't they just keep coming back to my website for all the information?
Yeah, exactly.
Really to them.
Good point. Another great tool that we launched on the topic of engaging perhaps your office, your awesome employees. We launched an always-on Tweetwall, if you will, and we call that our all-access version of Tweetwall.
Okay.
So we actually have a couple of installations, one of which I'm working with the clients in Canada, and they have an always-on all-access Tweetwall in the lobby of their corporate office in Toronto.
Nice.
So they can engage not only individuals coming to their office, reporters, whoever,
right?
But their employees, their team members in-house. It gives them an option to join the conversation. It pulls news relevant to their industry,
right?
And we're also adding additional support for platforms like Slack.
Nice.
So Slack is on the topic of messengers.
Yeah.
Widely adopted. Certainly in the tech space.
Right.
I think they have like $3 billion in valuation after just 2 years.
Yeah. Inc. Magazine, I think it was Inc. Magazine.
Tremendous adoption. Yeah. Very, very fast growing. Great, messenger service, free to use.
Right.
Very simple, based on chat rooms. It's incredible.
Right.
So we're adding support for that, and
nice.
Just a few weeks.
Perfect.
So get excited for that. Imagine visually displaying your Slack channels, your Slack feed.
Right.
In the office, maybe in your break room.
Yeah.
Yep. In your customer service center.
It would be really pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And this, the Tweetwall, the good stuff about Tweetwall is I can set up a Tweetwall in my office. I could set up a monitor, television, whatever it may be.
Yes.
Connect it to the internet, dial this in, and all this stuff is visual and available. So if I wanted to have a group conversation, or even if I've got multiple offices that we want to engage real time on stuff, it would be really pretty cool. This would be fantastic in waiting rooms, at doctors' offices. This would be fantastic at the airport, anywhere where there's any time to dwell and engage on this stuff. People could be pushing offers. People could be following things. Hey, Southwest Airlines is delayed at the airport. Southwest Airlines can jump back in, and maybe they want to do a trivia thing right there on the spot to keep people engaged and say, hey, who is your favorite Beatle? First one to tell us wins a free drink ticket.
Exactly.
And there's all sorts of really fantastic things you can do. The opportunities, I think, are really endless.
Absolutely. It's so dynamic, and some of our customers have been so creative. Like you mentioned with the contest, we had a great, awesome customer at CES this past year, actually in January, and they were like, all right, how are we going to give out this stinking iPad mini? How are we going to do it?
Right.
All they did was create an announcement, which is super easy feature. You can schedule them, you can do it in real time.
Right.
And the announcement simply said, first person to tweet your selfie at our booth is entered to win. And this is the time allotment. Whoever posts this selfie within this hour is entered to win.
Right.
Winners will be announced at this time.
Right.
So not only does it encourage engagement with the Tweetwall, encourages event attendees to revisit your booth.
Yes.
To see if they won.
Right.
And what's even cooler, on the topic of selfies on Tweetwalls, we had this awesome customer who, Hasbro actually in New York, and they were like, we were amused at the response because we thought it would be pretty general. Folks love seeing their posts up on the board. They had a leaderboard which ranked by engagement.
Right.
So people love to be number one. Can't be second. You're not
course
first.
not.
You're last.
Right.
Certainly. And they had this one guy in particular. Like, this guy kept coming back every day of the show to see his posts on the Tweetwall and take a photo of his posts. I'm like, when does it end? It's like that never-ending mirror when you look down. It's cool. So the level of engagement you'll realize from Tweetwall is mind-blowing. It's easy to visualize, but once you see it in person, it's a whole new ball game.
Right.
Yeah.
As a digital marketer, I see the opportunities to capitalize on movements, to capitalize on events, just even engaging in conversations, because the way it's presented is a whole lot easier for me to consume and for my team to consume potentially than sitting there and scanning Hootsuite or scanning Twitter, refreshing, going back and trying to pull this stuff in. I really love it.
Thank you very much.
I'm a big fan, and I'm excited for the next few releases. Any opportunity for Periscope to be included in there? Is that coming?
So absolutely.
Cool.
Good mention. So we're launching our new version very soon.
Okay.
Much upgraded user experience. I mean, what we have now is fantastic.
Okay.
It's going to be even more streamlined.
Okay.
So you can build a tweet wall yourself.
Nice.
In probably 5 minutes or less. I've timed myself. I've done it in like 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
Pretty quick. But
it's like
we should post a video recording. Who can build the fastest tweet wall?
Right. Yeah. The race to the fastest tweet wall.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're launching that pretty soon. We're adding support for new platforms, like I mentioned, Slack and Periscope. We're going to be the first social wall company to support Periscope.
Cool.
That is going to be awesome. Leaning off camera.
There we go. I didn't mean to pull you off topic. So, if someone's interested in getting some more information, engaging with you on Tweetwall, what's the best way for them to do it?
Simply go to tweetwall.com.
Okay.
Anyone watching, listening today can certainly reach out directly to me. Again, my name is Kyle. Simply reach out to me via email, kyle@tweetwall.com. If you want to give me a call, that's totally cool. I'll throw my cell phone number out there. Don't call me. I did mention I'm engaged, and you saw my photo from my engagement session, so ladies, don't just call me. Call me. Okay.
Just find him on Tinder.
Or guys, whatever. And it's 774-571-0291. I'm sure we'll post all information.
We will.
Up in the content section.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So that's exciting. So I'm going to jump into our little marketing tip of the week that we do every week to sort of wrap these up. And a good friend of mine who ran a company that did just exclusively social media marketing would always tell me this, and this resonated on so many levels. Social posts without a purpose are ineffective. And this is sort of an extension of social media without a goal, without a tactic, is really a waste of everyone's time. And what I mean by this is, if you're talking about something that you find relevant that's going to be engaging on social media, it probably should reference something in your world, on your website, on whatever other platform you're distributing content. So my marketing tip of the week is make sure that if you're talking about something, you've got a reason to back it up. And I had a meeting yesterday with a doctor here in Las Vegas, and somebody had posted a picture of her doing a mission to Africa to help underprivileged African children with cosmetic issues, whether or not they had cleft palates or whether or not they had trauma from violence. It was something that she had done, and someone just posted a picture of her standing next to these kids, and someone wrote back on social media, "Wow, you have a beautiful family." And that was it. They said nothing about the mission, nothing about any of the stuff. So I thought that was really pretty important and relevant to make sure that individuals who are responsible for creating social content and sharing social content really, really have people to dive into it. Allow that deep dive.
You can't miss that opportunity to share a mission moment, like in the example you shared.
Yeah.
These kids are in need of a couple bucks or some volunteers, medical care. Donate something.
Right.
Your time, supplies.
Right. Exactly.
You should miss that opportunity. So don't miss that opportunity, guys. Big one.
So that'll wrap us up for the week. I want to thank Kyle again for coming in and being part of our weekly web broadcast.
You're welcome. You've been an excellent host. Thank you so much, Jeff.
I hope you come back again.
I'd love to be back
as many times as possible. We're gonna become.
Can I wear a fun hat next time?
A fun hat, like a Pharrell hat.
Yep.
Or is that fun enough?
That could be cool. That's fun.
Or are you thinking one of those like snowboarder long hats from the 90s?
Those are cool too. Like the different color fake dreads and everything, right?
Yeah. I think you should bring in a bunch of hats, and every time we cut back and forth between the camera and what we're doing, we'll just change our hats.
I think we're giving away our trade secrets here. It's okay. So you better stay tuned and keep watching.
Everyone have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Roger.